I have a piece of apple, and I've probably had this for 5 or 6 years, and it was a matter of finding it. I knew I had it, and it was kind of hidden under my pole shed, but I have it, and I kind of split it down the middle, and I have the other half, of course. It's about 7.5 that way and 8.25. So I've decided to make just a simple round bowl out of this. I'll put a hole in here for a worm screw. I'll get some of the corners cut off, and I'll meet you back at the lathe. Alright, I just lightly touched up my 5/8 bowl gouge, and when I say lightly, as long as it doesn't get real dull before you sharpen it, just one pass across each edge there, and once around the nose, and you should be back in business. So I think you can still hear my voice the last video. It just hasn't totally cleared up. So that said, this is fortunately going to be a simple turning, so we don't have to talk about it a lot, and hopefully we just get to watch some real cool chips come off. But as far as the shape goes on this, since it's got quite a steep sides on it like that, just making the ends similar to that, that's the kind of shape I'm looking for anyways. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started here, and I think we're doing about 800 RPM. You can see that bark is just totally falling off. Wasn't never much of a chance of keeping that. It's a really pretty wood, but I do have those cracks that I didn't see till I got through that bark. Okay, that's, I'm liking that. So I'm going to do this bottom half, and then I need to take a break on turning this because I have a project I'm making that I have to get going on. But this will not take too long to finish when I come back. Pretty fine shavings. Nice and smooth. I think we're ready to sand. So maybe I'll go ahead and sand this, and I'm going to move on to my next project for a few hours. Alright, I decided to go ahead and take time to sand this and get one coat of sanding sealer on it. So we'll go ahead and do that. That lathe running about 400. Use a 120 disc is what I have on here. So we'll get this all sanded up to 400 and I'll come back and put some sanding sealer on it. Alright, I'm all set to put a coat of sanding sealer on here, and this is shellac based. Oh yeah, that is some pretty wood. You can see it's sat around for a long time. Looks like it got some spalting in places. Certainly had dried out. There's a few cracks in here. I might come back over this, sneak something in there, but it actually looks okay. I think we're just going to leave it. Alright, I'm going to get 2 coats of this on, and that's going to be it for today, maybe even tomorrow, because I have promised this project here for a while, and I've had to put it off for various reasons. But I will be back within a couple of days, and we'll have it flipped around and turn the inside. So I'll see you then. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and get this flattened out, and then we'll start hollowing it out. I'll be using a 1/2 inch bowl gouge. We're doing about 750 RPM to start. And that's about it. Alright, let's see if we can get that wall down to a reasonable size here, and then we'll finish hollowing that out. Yeah, I'm sort of looking for a thinner wall here, and that's definitely going to be thinner. And I'm also checking these cracks that I have. I knew they were on the outside. They kind of go all the way through, so I think that's about as thin as I want to make this. So let's just keep going. Alright, I need to go a little deeper here on the sidewall and maybe another 1/4 inch on the bottom. That's going to be it. Yep, I'm going to stop right there and we'll get this all sanded up. Alright, the sanding will be very similar to the outside. I'll be turning the lathe forward though at about 400, and I'll start with 80 grit. This was a little harder to clean up because of those cracks. Once I got the wall thinner, it just doesn't clean up quite as nicely. So I'm going to get my dust collection going. I'll get that sanded up, and when I come back we'll get a coat of sanding sealer on it. Alright, I got it all sanded up, and I have to say that I really got a nice smooth finish on there. I'll put a coat of shellac-based sanding sealer on it so you can see what that looks like. So I will get at least one more coat of the sealer on it, and I kind of have an idea for a different final finish. So I may put 3 coats of sanding sealer on there. So we'll just have to wait and see. I haven't finished the outside yet, so it'll be a surprise for all of us what I end up doing. But I think that's going to look really nice. It's an interesting piece of wood. So I'll see you when we're almost done. So I didn't show the tenon being removed because, well, I had some issues going on when I got to that stage. Kind of been bothering me for a while, and my sinuses were bad. I went to the doctor. They gave me an antibiotic, and my body didn't like it. My hands swelled up really bad, and the skin started flaking off like a sunburn, and I just wasn't comfortable trying to record all of that. But here it is. It's got some really cool colors in it. Designs in there from the grain. It's pretty cool. There's the bottom. Got some really nice grain. Yeah, I really like that right there. It finished 7 inches in diameter. It's 2 1/8 inches tall. The walls are right at 3/16 of an inch. For a finish, I did something a little different. I started with 2 coats of the Zinsser Seal Coat, which is shellac, and I was really liking that a lot. So I put a 3rd one on, and those are all wiped on very thin. Then I buffed that out with a white Scotch-Brite, and I decided to try the new Axe tung oil wax finish that he has. And that's all on the top of my finish. very, very smooth. Just a really, really nice feel. So I like this a lot. I think it's pretty cool. So because I'm kind of moving slower, I have to do something maybe a little easier for next week. I've got something picked out. I recently was given some wood that I've never seen before. I had no idea it was so beautiful. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm going to have a sneak preview of it next week. I'm going to turn a smaller piece of it, and that heartwood is going to really compete with the heartwood that's in black walnut. That's all I got to say. So I hope that you come back next week and see it, and I sure hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, do me a favor, click that like button and feel free to leave a comment. Both of those things will really help my channel grow. I do lots of different types of turnings, and you never know what might be next, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And a special thanks to all my current subscribers. You really mean a lot to me. So, till the next time, see you later.